Alright guys, I'm Chris. Welcome to VHP Engines. And I guess this is going to be part one, technically part two, of the parts list revision here. Gonna go ahead and start this whole official countdown thing with the most popular topic, and that is head gaskets. So originally I said I was going to go back and look at my old video, rewatch the segments, and kind of like rehash the same thing, which is partially true. I am going to rehash the same topic, but I'm not going to do it word for word. And then maybe I can even add some stuff that I kind of left out before, or maybe left out before. I guess you're still going to have to watch both if you really want to get all of the information. But generally speaking, the information is going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be the same because not much has changed. Nothing has changed between what I used then and what I would say to recommend now, which goes into another video that I'm probably going to make. I hit you guys with no feature tonight. There's a lot happening this week. There's a lot happening tonight. Got high energy right now. The fucking One Piece is about to drop a new chapter, and later on fucking today, Connor and Khabib are having their first press conference. It's going to be fucking amazing. So it's a great day. So head gaskets, like I said, everybody wants to know, like, well, what head gasket do you use for boost? That's pretty much what it comes down to. What head gasket won't blow up when you start to add all kinds of power? So here's what I'll go ahead and start from, because we're going to look at it from power point of view. We're going to look at the cheapest version first. Now, the cheapest head gasket you can use is the head gasket that is included in that $40 gasket kit that I recommend you are buying when you're doing a rebuild. Now, one thing I said about that kit, which I'm not even sure this goes into it. I'll leave that for another video. But anyway, from that kit, the only weak point of that kit would be the head gasket. And I've used those cheapy little head gaskets that you get from that kit that you get off eBay. On the very first Vitara build, it made 350 horsepower before the head gasket popped. So it's pretty impressive. A very cheap head gasket. I think that if you were to separate from the kits, like $10, $20 at most, probably a $10 head gasket, it lasts upwards of 350 horsepower before it gave out. Now, it gave out on the dyno, so I don't know how long it would hold, that 300 horsepower range without giving up. So I just don't fuck with them. If I'm gonna boost, if the engine's gonna be more than stock, not fucking with that head gasket. If you're doing it just a stocky rebuild, you don't really plan on making any power, don't use a head gasket. I guess the next one up would be OEM Honda head gasket. I don't know what the price of them is right now, but I'm pretty sure it rates up there on the high end just because OEM, everything's expensive. OEM is a very safe head gasket to use. It's just as good as the one I'm going to recommend you use, and maybe even better. See, the problem is with the one I use the most, and the OEM head gasket, is that I don't really know the upward limits of it. I just haven't seen enough people use OEM or the one I use to go up that high to say where you can't safely go with it. But I will guarantee for a fact that it'll hold around 500 plus horsepower, or 500 horsepower, even more. And I just don't know 600, 700 where it starts to give out. But I've done a lot of head gaskets with the head gasket I'm going to recommend you use, and that is Felpro. That is the Auto Parts head gasket. I've used Felpro for every build that I've done, and Felpro, not every build I've done, but every build that I've done I know is going to make high horsepower. Felpro's never let me down. I have another friend that also recommends Felpro, who's also never had a problem with it and used it in multiple high horsepower builds. Again, I can't tell you how high he's taking it because I don't know the details of it like that, but I know that Felpro's, generally speaking, is a fucking solid head gasket. Never had one fail on me. Now, OEM, I would say, has got to be right there along with it because I don't doubt at all the quality of what Honda makes. The other head gasket that would be on this fucking list would be Cometic. Even myself, once upon a time, was under the belief, the fact that if I was going to boost, I need Cometic. That's not true. That's not the case. You don't have to buy that $80 head gasket to boost. And another thing is people want to get the extra thick Cometic head gasket to further lower your fucking compression. Now, if you're already using low compression pistons, and then you're gonna throw it even lower with a Cometic head gasket, then you shake yourself, because one of the things that everybody complains about with Vitara is how low the compression is, 7.5 right? Now imagine you're gonna throw a thick ass head gasket on it to lower it even more. Or if you're using like 8/8-1 head gasket or 8/8-1 pistons on a fucking B series, and you're gonna throw a thick ass head gasket to lower it even more. Yes, you're giving yourself more safety in the tune, like more flexibility in the tune, and shit like that. But you also got to remember that you're gonna have to throw out way more boost to make that, to compensate for the low ass compression to make more power. And that's a whole other topic. Go through the turbo playlist if you want to, my opinion on that one. But anyway, I guess so. In review would be like the cheapy no name fucking gasket you get, head gasket you get out of the eBay gasket kit. Then there's the Felpro that you get at the auto parts, it's like $50. Then there's the OEM head gasket, which I don't even fucking really know the price of, and then the Chromatic for $80. If you're one of those guys that just likes to throw money on parts because of name brand, then go ahead and throw your money at the Chromatic. Just don't fucking buy the one that's gonna lower your compression even more, unless you're running like a crazy high compression. Which if you're running high compression on purpose, then why would you want to lower it? Unless it's kind of like a threshold thing, like you're running the higher compression, but you don't want to run too high. So maybe there, I can see like you want to do that for that little bit of squish room. Then okay, fine, great. But that's how I feel about running like the thicker head gaskets. If to answer that question, if you got that. But yeah, those are the head gaskets I would say to use. Those are the power limits I would worry about. You're really the only one that limits you is the eBay one. For me personally, if you ask me what head gasket I use, I always use Felpro. I have not felt the need to use anything besides that so far. Alright, so quick little video, probably going to be one of the longer ones to start this series here. More coming next. I guess we can leave it up to you guys. You want to drop in the comments. If you go through that old parts playlist and then go through, I tag all the list of what parts I talk about specifically in that. So I guess if you want, you can go to that video and pick a topic and throw that out at me. Whichever one comes up in the comments the most, whichever one you want to see most next is the one I'll do. So if you want to see pistons, that's what I'll do. Rods, etc. So whichever topic you want to see me talk on next in the order of my release, just drop in the comments, and whichever one gets the most of a shout out there in the comments is what's going to get made next. All right, thanks for guys for watching, and peace.